First alert, time to check your fridge or freezer this morning.
Yeah, Aisha, there's a Listeria outbreak you want to tell us about. 4 dozen dairy products involved.
Yeah, I've been following this behind the scenes for a couple of weeks, just waiting to see if we were going to be impacted here in Wisconsin. And as far as cases go, we have 26 cases in different states, 11 states so far. Throughout the country. We don't have cases here in Wisconsin, but I did find a connection that I want to let people know about from the First Alert Safety Desk. So we'll head over and talk about this. The recall came from the brand Rizzo Lopez Foods. It includes Mexican cheese, yogurt, and sour cream sold at Whole Foods. It then expanded to include enchiladas, bean dip, dressings, and sauces. So just giving you some context here, because you might not find these particular ones at the stores we have in our area, but Fresh Creative, Trader Joe's, and Simply Fresh are now recalling products that were made with an ingredient that Rizzo Lopez Foods supplied. They were sold at stores including Costco, but I did not see Wisconsin on that list. You can see all the products that are part of this recall on the FDA's website, but I wanted to make it easy for you this morning and look into how we were impacted. And this is what I found. Out of all the products, Wisconsin is on the list for certain salad kits by the brand Dole vegetables because they were processed on the same line as the cheese that was recalled. Dole Fresh Vegetables is recalling 8 of their salad kits, you know, when it comes with everything that you can make. Chopped Kit Avocado Ranch is on there, Southwest Salad, Cajun Ranch Chopped Kit, and there's some others on there too. It all comes under the brand, also I should say, comes under the brand names President's Choice or Market Side, which are sold at major chain grocery stores. They have different best if used by dates, mostly from February. I'll make sure we have the list for you at WBAY.com because again, there's 8 of them. Listeria is a bacteria that can make you very sick and is especially dangerous for young kids and older people. Some of the symptoms are high fever, severe headache, abdominal pain. So I'll make sure to bring you a first alert if we get any updates on that, Emerson.